Kofi loved butterflies more than he loved any other creature. He spent hours watching them in the park. He loved the way they darted and dived and danced in the air. He loved to look at all the different colours and patterns on their wings. Sometimes, if he was very quiet, he could get so close he could almost touch them. One day, as Kofi stood watching the butterflies, he caught sight of a boy catching one. The butterfly was struggling to escape from his net. It was trapped. Kofi raced over to him. "Don't kill that butterfly," he shouted. "That's cruel. Leave it alone." "I'm not cruel. I collect butterflies, and this one is for my collection," said the boy, in a self-important sort of way. "Lots of butterflies are extinct. The only way we know they existed is from the collections like mine," said the boy. Kofi thought for a moment, looked at the butterfly and recognised it. "That butterfly is a swallowtail," he said quickly. "I saw one in the museum on our school trip. I did a project on them. They're dying out. Only a few are left now." "Are you sure about that museum?" asked the boy. "Yes, I am," said Kofi quickly. "Of course I am." "Well," said the boy, "if you say so." He hesitated, lifted the net and ran off. The lucky butterfly stood stock still and then fluttered away. She quickly vanished among the flowers. Kofi settled down to see if more butterflies would appear. As he waited, he heard a small, soft, squeaky noise. A beautiful butterfly, which had been watching the boys, landed on his shoulder. "Many thanks, friend," squeaked the butterfly. Kofi was amazed. "Will you accept a special invitation and come with me?" squeaked the butterfly. "Be my guest at the fantastic kingdom of the butterflies." Kofi was so surprised he could only mumble, "Yes, please." He began to shrink immediately. "Climb on," whispered the butterfly, and off they flew higher and higher into the air. The wind whistled softly as they travelled. After a few minutes they came to a huge gate which seemed to be made of oak. It blocked their path completely. Kofi thought that they'd come to the end of their journey, but... "Away!" cried the butterfly, and the gate became a fluttering mass. Kofi caught a glimpse of a bright, exciting world beyond. They flew straight in. The butterfly landed. Kofi dismounted and was suddenly back to his normal size. He was in the most fantastic room he had ever seen. At the far end was what seemed to be an enormous stained glass window. "Our special guest is invited into the inner chamber," cried the butterfly. As Kofi watched, the entire window seemed to sway this way and that, and then fluttered away. "Awesome," whispered Kofi. And all of a sudden, a beautiful blue butterfly landed on his finger. "Welcome, kind friend," she said softly. "Your wise words today will help save us all." "Oh, no problem," muttered Kofi, wishing he could think of something fantastic to say. Then she took him on a tour around the beautiful butterfly kingdom. "Thank you," said Kofi. "Thank you, Kofi," whispered the blue butterfly, and pressed something into his hand. Before he had time to look at his gift, he felt himself shrinking again. "Climb on," said the butterfly once more. Off they flew away from the land of the butterflies. As they fluttered fast through the air, Kofi whispered, "I'll never forget this." "Sorry," said the butterfly as the wind rushed by. "You will not remember any of this once you get back." Suddenly they landed. Kofi was back in the park again. "Oh, I must have fallen asleep," he thought. And that was a really amazing dream. As Kofi rubbed his eyes, something fell out of his hand. He picked up a tiny key stamped with a beautiful blue butterfly. Was that really a dream, he thought? Well, I wonder. There are 54 types of butterfly resident in the United Kingdom, together with about 6 that visit regularly from other countries. 23 of our native species are endangered and protected by law, while 7 of these are on the verge of extinction. There are many reasons why there are fewer butterflies alive today. We have built new roads, houses and factories on land where butterflies used to live and breed. There is much pollution, farming has changed the landscape, there is less wild countryside than there was. Also, unfortunately, some people still like to collect butterflies and display them in cabinets. This used to be quite a common hobby many years ago when butterflies were more abundant. Usually the only butterflies collected nowadays are the very rare ones, and this can lead to their total extinction. You should never hurt or kill any butterfly. We can do a great deal to help protect our remaining butterfly population. We can advise give advice to people about what is best for butterflies in our gardens, farms and parks. We can protect rare species by buying areas of land where they live and maintaining them as butterfly reserves. We can learn more about what butterflies need by studying them. The best way to help is to join butterfly conservation and learn more about these beautiful insects. This was written in 1995, so some of this information won't be correct anymore.